So you have to learn here about the meaning and nature of products. In this video, I will tell you meaning and nature of product, meaning and nature of services, types of products, types of services, and difference between product and services. The increasing importance of services. So all these things will be covered in this video. So first I have to tell you about the product. What is product? You can say the product is some tangible attribute which can be seen and touched, which has certain shape and size, which has certain color, which occupy place, okay, and which can be transferred from one person to another person. So can understand here, a product is anything which is tangible, which has a physical attribute and which is offered by seller to the buyer for sale, and the ownership of the product can be transferred. Means he can say that anything which is tangible, which has certain shape and size, which can be offered for the sale to satisfy the need of customers for a price. That is called a product. Product is anything like you can say pen, pencil, blackboard, chair, table, fan, etc. All these are products. Products have certain features. Products have certain features. So, features, you can see here, first one is tangibility. Tangibility, you can say that product is tangible. It has certain shape and size. Means it has physical attributes. So through that it can occupy some place. It can be seen and touched. So that's why it is called tangible. Second, it has associated attributes. Second one is associated attributes. Associated attributes, it is said that product has certain attributes which helps a customer to distinguish a product from another product. The product can be known by its name, its brand name, its packing, its color, its shape, its size. So all these are included in the associated attributes. Associated attributes, once again I am repeating, a product has certain attributes on the basis of which a product is distinguished from another product. So products are its name, its packing, its brand name, shape and size, and that differentiate a manufacturer's product from another manufacturer's product. The next point is life cycle. Next point of feature, life cycle. Every product has its life cycle. No product can survive for ever in the market. A product has a life cycle. Life cycle means a product is identified, introduced in the market, product creates its place in the market, product achieved to maturity levels, then the decline is there, and a time comes when a product is replaced by some new products. So that is called a product life cycle. The next one is exchange value. Exchange value. Every product has exchange value. You know, money is common medium of exchange. So products are always made available in the market for certain price, which is termed in money, and for that value it is available in the market. So this is called here exchange value. And next one is need satisfaction. Need satisfaction. So here it is said that every product is meant for the purpose of satisfaction of the people. Means when a product is produced and brought in the market, the purpose behind that production and bringing it in the market is to satisfy the need of customers. So that is called here need satisfaction. So this way all these are the features of product. Once again I am repeating: features of the product like tangibility, associated attribute, life cycle, exchange value, and need satisfaction. Now you have to see the classification of products. So classification of products. Classification of products. Products are here classified in two categories. First one is consumer's product. First one is consumer's product, and second one is industrial products. Second one industrial products. So here consumer products, you know, all those type of products which are produced and which are brought in the market for satisfaction of the need of end user, means final consumers, means all those products which are purchased by the people for products are broadly classified in two parts. consumers product and industrial products. So consumer products, those products which are offered to the end users, final consumers, they are buying for their self-satisfaction. Means you can say consumer products are those products which are brought in the market. The people, those who want to consume the products themselves, they are buying and they are using for their self-satisfaction. Those products are called consumers products. Here consumer products are divided in broadly three categories. First one is convenience products, second shopping products, and third specialty products. Convenience products are those products which are even these are of small value, but these are utilized at very large scale. The people are buying it at very large scale. All of us are in need of these types of products in our everyday life, like toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, snacks, tea, breakfast, etc. Means which are concerned to that, all those are related to convenience product. Means without these products, we don't feel easy. Every day in our everyday life, these type of products are needed. Second one is shopping products. Shopping products, those products which are purchased after making complete consideration. These products are comparatively long lasting and their value is high. So these type of products the people are buying after making complete consideration, making complete inquiry and depth information about the product. These products are including like TV, fridge, air conditioners, okay, and other such type of articles are there which are purchased once and after that these are utilized for many use. So these are called here shopping products. Third one is specialty products. Specialty products includes those products which are required in our life on special occasions. Like the special ornaments are there, okay, special dresses like dresses on marriage party, etc. So all these are coming under specialty products. Means it includes the costly jewelries and the special occasion dresses are included in the specialty products. So for these type of products, purchase of these type of products, special efforts are needed, okay, and based on that these products are purchased. The products are not meant for purchase in our day-to-day life. These are purchased on special occasions or by special efforts, or you can say special sacrifice. Now second one is industrial products. Industrial products are those products which are generally purchased by the industries. Industries are not purchasing these products for the purpose of consumption. These are required in utilization for the utilization in industries. So these are called industrial products. Where industries are engaged in production, they need different types of the products like raw materials for the purpose of processing and converting them in form of finished goods. So you can understand here these industrial products are divided in four categories. First raw material, second supplies, third accessory equipments, and fourth installations. So here first you have to see raw material. Raw material, you are understanding it is made by the, you can understand some are there which are produced in the extractive industries. These are utilized in the industries. Many raw materials are coming from the farming, like agricultural activities. Like you can understand sugar cane for the sugar factories. Okay, the bread factories are there for that wheat and flour which are utilized. It's coming from the agricultural field, and this way you can see like cotton is coming from cotton fields or the cotton textile mills. So this way cotton, jute, wheat, sugar cane, bamboo, grasses, which are used in different types of industries. All these are the example of raw materials. I think it is clear what is raw material. Raw material is that part of the you can say industrial product which is brought to the industries for further processing and value addition and to change them in different forms. So these are the examples, like I have already said: bamboo, grass, cotton, sugar cane, then wheat, paddy, whatever is there. Several types of raw materials are there which are produced in the fields by the agrarians, by the farmers, and these are used for the purpose of raw material. Second one is supplies. Supplies includes the nut, bolt, screw, lubricating oils, etc. All these are used in the factories, even just to conditioning of the machines. The next one is accessory equipments. Accessory equipments, certain equipments are there. Even the big machines are installed, or the big instruments are there. In addition to that, the accessory, or we can say small equipments are there which are used in the industry, like in the office, typewriters, calculators, okay, computers, all these are there. Other than that, in the factories, workshops, the small lathe machines are there, drills are there, drill machines are there, welding, small welding machines are there. So all these are the example of accessory equipments. The next one is installation. So installation includes under installation the heavy machines which are brought to the factory sites. The trucks are there, pallet rolls are there, cranes are there. So all these are included in installation, like rope, sledge, heavy machines, cranes are there. Okay, so all these are forming part of the installation equipments. Now after that, you have to understand the meaning and nature of services. Meaning and nature of services. Meaning and nature of services, you can understand here. Services are intangible. Intangible. You have already seen products are tangible. Anything tangible which is offered for the purpose of satisfaction of the need of the consumers, and which is sell for certain price called product. But when we are talking about the services are intangible, which cannot be seen and touched. It is only a matter of experience. A service can be provided, and the Service provider provides services and service buyer takes the services. Till the service provider provides the services, services are gained by the service buyers. As soon as the service provider stops services are with the service provider. So this way you can understand services are intangible attributes which are offered to satisfy a person who buy the services. So services are only a matter of experience. The service can be provided anywhere, like in the factories, repair services, in the training programs, you can say the services for improving the knowledge and skills. The different nature of service provided by the teacher in the classroom, so students are learning, that is a service. So this way different types of services are there, and all these are provided to satisfy the need of the people, like the service of chartered accountant, service of a doctor, service of a lawyer, service of a teacher. So all these are the services, example of services. The features of services, first one is intangibility. You know, services are intangible. Service has no shape and size. Service does not occupy any place and it cannot be seen and touched. It has no shape and size. That's why services are called intangible. Second one is perishability. Second, that is perishability. Services are perishable, means today's service can be provided today, it cannot be stored for tomorrow. Service can be provided. If today's service is not provided today, then it is waste. It cannot be stored for tomorrow. Only tomorrow services will be provided. So, second characteristic, it is given that service is perishable. The third point is that is inseparability. 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 Service are produced and consumed. At the time of its production, it is consumed. Service cannot be separated from the service provider. Till the service provider is providing services, service buyer is getting services. As soon as the service provider stop the services are with the service provider. For example, if a teacher is teaching in the class, till the teacher is teaching in the class, students are getting the services of teacher. As soon as teacher stops teaching, services of teacher is with teacher. Okay? In the same way, if a taxi driver who is carrying passengers in his taxi, after covering certain distance, passengers are getting down or deboarding from the taxi, then always his services, his taxi driver goes back with his taxi. So that service is the taxi driver. So this way you can say services are inseparable. The next one is variability. variability. Services are varying in nature. Same service can be provided by different persons in the different way, or same person can provide the same service at different point of time different, or same service may be different for different persons. So that is called here variability of services. Like you can understand here, the waiter provides his service in a hotel or restaurant. It may differ from consumer to consumer. Okay, means according to their paying capacity or the level of service required by the person, that way the service is provided by the waiter. So all these are features of services. Classification of services. Services are classified here in different parts. Classification of services. Classification of services. First one, financial services. Financial services, this type of service is provided by the different financial institution to its customers, like accepting deposits, granting loans and advances. Then agency and utility functions are there, like the financial services are provided by the banks and financial institutions. So these are called here financial services. Second, insurance services. Second one is insurance services. Insurance services, the different type of insurance companies are there. In the public sector as well as private sector, insurance companies are there, and all these insurance companies are providing their services for coverage of risk, like life insurance, then general insurance. Under that, the marriage policies are there, fire policies are there, and fidelity guarantee, vehicle insurance. So all these different types of insurance companies are there, and the different types of insurance services are provided by these companies. The next one is transportation services. Third, transportation services. Transportation services, it includes the different types of transports, like airways, roadways, railways. Okay, again carriage of passengers, carriage of goods. So for that purpose, the different types of services are there, and all these are covered under transportation services. Warehousing services. Warehousing services, the goods which are produced, it cannot be consumed immediately. So many warehouse keepers are there. All they are developing their own warehouses, or they are using public warehouses. So different types of private and public warehouses are there. Bonded warehouses are there. Then refrigerated warehouses are there. So all these are the warehouses which are meant for storage of goods, because according to the requirement of the market, only the goods are brought in the market, and their quality and standard is to be maintained for long period of time. Then these are needed to be preserved properly. So that preservation activities are possible through the warehousing services. Next one is, that is communication services. Communication services. So communication services includes different types of, like postal services are there, courier services are there, telephone services are there, then radio services are there, television, Doordarshan services are there. So all these are the services. Nowadays internet services are like ISP, internet service provider services. So all these are the example of services. Fooding and lodging services. Fooding and lodging services. Fooding and lodging services. So under fooding and lodging services, you know, the different types of the hotels and restaurants are there, guest houses are there. So all these are means accommodation services, fooding services, breakfast and other services are there, drink services are there. So all these are coming under this fooding and lodging services. Next one is that is entertainment services. Entertainment services. Here under entertainment services, these services includes the cinema, theaters, clubs and amusement parks, circus. So all these are the example of this type of services. These are called entertainment. Next one is, that is personal services. Personal services. Personal services. So personal services includes those type of services where the special or personal attention is like services of tailors, laundry services, the other than laundry services, the parlor services, other than parlor services, the cobbler services, then the many personal services are there. Personal services like doctors services are also coming under personal services. So all the other examples of the personal services. Repair services. Next one is repair services. Repair services includes the service related to repair work, like repair and maintenance, repair of vehicles like buses, cars, then repair of computers, repair of televisions. So many repair services are there. So all these are included in the repair services. Okay. So here we have seen. Now further you have to see